The truth of it is there is no separation. But the fact that you think there's separation is simply an illusion because it's something you've convinced yourself is true. You are consciously aware in your mind of this idea, this concept that you are separate from your person, that they have free will to decide, that they are making their own decisions and you can do nothing about it. But in fact, there is no separation, but you've tricked yourself with the illusion of separation. All right, guys, let's do a LOS lesson about no separation. A lot of you have a very hard time getting your head around that. And right now inside my squad, there is the No Free Will course. And the main teaching in that is understanding no separation. So if you do not understand what I even mean by that, I highly suggest you come and join the squad for the last weeks of the course. We are in part 7 right now, where I just put out a Rampage recording, and part 8 is coming out on Monday. And if you get in now, you'll get the entire course for only $50 membership, and it's going to be on my website soon for hundreds of dollars. So get in there now. You'll get the membership benefits plus the full course that went for 2 whole months. Now, another thing that's happening in my squad in July, we don't know what it is yet, but can you guess? It's not really giving you much of an indication. But we're going to have some hints coming out tomorrow. Let me give you the tip. It's something you all want to get rid of. That's your clue. Tell me what you think it is below. All right, here's the LOS lesson suggestion for today. Is separation from a specific person an illusion, since it is only a concept we hold in consciousness? Yes, guys. Oh, some of the guesses are correct already for the challenge coming up. Okay, so is separation from a specific person an illusion, since it's only a concept we hold in consciousness? This is an excellent question. So let me just cover a lot of the parts of this question. What is consciousness? What we are aware of. So if you are aware that you are separate from someone, that is your consciousness. You're consciously aware that you're separate from them, that they have their own free will and you have your own, that they're over here and you're over here, and your minds do not meet, okay? However, if you understand no separation, that is also a concept you hold in your consciousness. You are aware we are not separate. We are one mind. We are coming only from me. They are reflecting me because there is no other. There is only the source of whatever this reality is, and that source is coming from me. That is no separation. Now, that concept, idea, is something you hold in your awareness, your conscious awareness. You're either conscious of it, you believe that to be true, you are aware of it, or you're not, and you don't think that's a possibility and you doubt it. So is separation from your specific person an illusion, since it is only a concept we hold in consciousness? Now, what does illusion mean? If you're a magician and you're doing a trick, that's an illusion, okay? So it's something that is what you think it is, but it's not really, okay? So you all think, most of you who watch my videos and think you understand this, actually don't understand no separation, and you think you're getting it, but you don't. So let me just go to this question again, because it's quite a complex question. Is separation from your specific person an illusion, since it's only a concept we hold in consciousness? So let's just go back to what they're saying. We should be understanding that there's no separation. But is the thinking that there is separation between you, that they have their own mind, that they have their own free will, that they make their own decisions, an illusion because it's just an idea you hold? Yes. So can we get our heads around what this person's actually asking? They're saying, the truth of it is there is no separation. But the fact that you think there's separation is simply an illusion because it's something you've convinced yourself is true. You are consciously aware in your mind of this idea, this concept, that you are separate from your person, that they have free will to decide, that they are making their own decisions and you can do nothing about it. But in fact, there is no separation, but you've tricked yourself with the illusion of separation. Is any of this making sense that I'm saying? Let me see your reaction to this. Is this too complex for you guys to get what I'm saying, or what? Who's getting what I'm saying? Out here is only a reflection of in here. And there is no separation between in here and out here. There is no separation between you and your specific person. However, if you think there is, that is a concept you hold, and that concept you hold is simply an illusion because it isn't true. Because the truth is, there is no separation. The truth is, they have no free will. But if you think they have free will, if you think they're separate from you, that's an illusion you have convinced yourself to be true. Yes, too complex. Okay. Let me really try and simplify this. Everyone is simply the reflection of your consciousness, right? And that means they cannot be separate from you, because if they were, they'd be making their own decisions. So they couldn't be a reflection of you. So the very fact that we know and we accept to be true when you understand manifestation, that they are simply a reflection of you, must mean that they are not separate. Because if they were separate, that wouldn't happen. If they were separate, they'd be making their own decisions. If they were separate, you wouldn't be able to look at the world and understand that you caused it. But the fact that you've had an awareness, because I've come along or another coach has come along who's taught this properly and taught you that there is no separation, there is no free will, and they are only reflecting you, and you accept that and you understand that, then that's great. But if you don't accept that and you don't understand that, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist and it isn't true. It's just you haven't understood it. So I don't need to understand gravity for it to be working in my reality. I don't need to know the science of exactly why something's going to fall to the ground if I let go of it out of my hand. I just know it works that way. I don't know how it works that way, but I accept that will happen. I accept that if I pick up this remote control and I drop it, gravity will pull it down. I don't know even sometimes that gravity is pulling it down. I'm just thinking, oh, that fell out my hand. I'm not thinking about the science of gravity. When your specific person's reflecting what you were fearing before you broke up, you weren't aware that they were going to do that. You weren't aware that they have no free will to do anything but that, because there is no separation. You just see them reflecting your fears. Afterwards, you realize, I was fearing that and then it came true. Holy shit, I manifested my own breakup. Holy shit, I dropped my own remote control. You don't realize actually a force bigger than you was pulling the remote control down once you dropped it. You weren't realizing a force bigger than you called no separation was the reason why you broke up. You guys getting this? Who still thinks this is too complex what I'm saying? This is amazing. Okay, some people are getting it. Some people aren't. Can you explain again, please? Okay, I am. You lost me. Okay. Who's getting it? Me? Yes. Yes, I understand. Okay, good. Everything is from my consciousness, so there is no separation. Exactly, guys. So say, for example, there is a third party in your reality, and you are aware that that person, your person, has chosen them over you, and they want to be with that person for various reasons you've thought up, even reasons they might have told you. But you've convinced yourself that those reasons are true. Therefore, they are, because there is no separation. And your specific person must follow your lead, must obey your thinking that those things are true, and therefore that's why they're there with that third party. But you're the one who convinced yourself that those things are true. You're the one who convinced yourself that's why they're choosing them over you. But the very fact that you think they're choosing them over you means that you don't understand that there is no separation, and your specific person is only choosing that person because of the beliefs you hold, and you think they're making up their own mind, or they're stuck in a circumstance they can't get out of, or whatever it is you think about the situation. But the very fact of the matter is, your assumption about the situation is causing the situation. And your assumption about that third party is why they're still there. Are you getting this? I get it. So if you have created the situation, how do you uncreate it? So if you understand, say for example, your specific person left you for someone else. Say for example, the someone else was a baby mama and they got back together for the sake of their children, you think. Your specific person can even have told you it's for the sake of their children. And you chose to believe that story as the reason as to why they're there. However, prior to the specific person saying that to you or explaining that to be the reason why they've left you and chosen their old specific person, you must have had thoughts that either they would go back to them because that's their family, or they're going to be chosen over you because they're more important to them than you are, and you're new and they're from the past and they have history and you don't. That person maybe has some kind of hold over them financially or familiarly. There's some connection that they have that you don't have with them. Whatever the reasons are that I just said, or other reasons, are the reason you've convinced yourself prior to the occurrence of the person leaving that that person would indeed leave you for them, would indeed choose them over you because that union, that previous historical union, was more important or more connected than yours. And therefore, that person, your specific person, goes off, chooses their old specific person, their old baby mama, and then reflects back to you in explanation of the situation as to why they've done it, which is actually the thing you were thinking before subconsciously that you didn't realize you were fearing would happen. It comes out of their mouth, and because it came out of their mouth, you think it's the reason. You think you're doomed and it can't be changed and the circumstance is the way it is and there's nothing you can do about it. However, you created that circumstance with the fears you held that one day you wouldn't be chosen, or one day they'd go back to them, or that person, that third party has a hold over them, or because they've got kids, XYZ reason. Then that reason happens, but you manifested it. Are you guys getting this? Perfect example of what you are saying is Wizard Liz now. Okay, so I did a video on the Wizard Liz that went viral on TikTok about when she left the country to get a visa and he took the kid off her. And I said she had a fear, first of all, that he would be with other girls, and he was, and they'd been exactly in his DMs. That was their exact fear, and they were. Then various people came up to her, including an ex-girlfriend of his, and said, he's like this, he's like that, he'll financially cripple you, blah, blah, blah. She chose not to believe any of those things, stayed with the guy, and then got pregnant, right? And now every fear that other people were telling her about the finances and he'll try and rip you off and he doesn't actually have any money, they've all come true. Now, what did Wizard Liz actually do in this situation originally when she met this guy? She went against every bit of advice she's ever given anyone, gave a person she only knew for 3 months not only complete control over her heart, but got pregnant with him and everything. And it's everything against what she used to preach. Now that this has backfired so spectacularly on her because of her severely high story that she'll be hurt by men and severe trust issues that she holds from her abusive background, her abusive childhood, and the severely bad, terrible, shockingly bad story she holds about men in general, these have now manifested. And instead of admitting that and understanding her own manifestation, she's now done a full 180 and now acting like an online being this absolute lunatic trying very hard to use either complete reverse psychology to get her kid back by saying she no longer wants the kid, or she actually is so concerned about her own image online because she completely lost herself there for a moment, lost herself to a man. Now she's trying to go back to the I'm a strong woman and I don't need a man thing. She's even doing I'm a strong woman, I'm a strong mum, and I don't even need my kid thing to rebrand herself. Now that rebrand may or may not mean that she ever gets a kid back, because I don't know any lawyer that would recommend she says that. I don't know any mother who would recommend that in the future that's the kind of thing you'd want online for your child to see when they grow up. She didn't change her self-concept of being hurt. Exactly. Now she's got this story still. Oh, you have to do this now. Be strong because men will hurt you. It's the fucking story. Men this, men that. Fuck, I've never seen such a man hater in all my life. Oh, this happened to my mum, so I'm not letting it happen to me. You did let it happen to you. It happened to you. You manifested it perfectly. It happened, love. You can't turn around now and act like, oh, well, I'm all strong and just abandon your kid as a form of rebrand. I mean, if that's what you really want to do. Unless she's thinking she's so smart that she's doing reverse psychology and the guy's just going to put the kid on a plane and send it back to her because, you know, she's been so strong and acted like she didn't want the kid. The I choose me, bullshit, feminism, I'm a strong woman, I'm independent, I don't need a man, complete crap story doesn't really work when you fell for a person after 3 months and got pregnant with them and chose to ignore every single thing anyone ever said to you about them. Doesn't really work. Remember who you were a year ago? That's the complete opposite of this girl you're trying to be now. Be very careful who you're listening to, guys. Are they living what they're teaching? Are they understanding what they're teaching? Loz, I got the pay rise, I got the house, job, car, life, all because you helped me change my mindset. Oh, wonderful, Dixie. Hooray. Darling. Hooray. How do I undo the SP thing? Okay, so if you know that you have created it, you can undo it, reverse engineer what you were fearing. So if the Wizard Liz had half a brain cell about her own self-image, she would understand that she's got a really, really fucking strong story that men will hurt her, therefore they do. So there's no point acting like this strong-willed, independent woman now because she still hasn't got rid of the story that men will hurt her. So another man will just come along and hurt her next time. And this man will continue to hurt her in various ways. Understand? Is that the same thing with an avoidant SP? Kelly, there's no such thing as an avoidant SP. You think they're avoidant. You're assumed they're avoidant. You're making them avoidant. They're you pushed out. You think there's avoidant people around? They'll be avoidant. And they'll avoid you. Where are you getting avoidant from? That's some bullshit psychobabble. Am I creating the person, or is my concept attracting a person that hurts? You are creating a reality in which you will be hurt. That person could have been the kind of guy who would never in their whole life have hurt a woman before, but they'll hurt you. They could have never cheated before, but they'll cheat on you. They could have never chosen a third party, but they'll choose the third party over you, dependent on your fears. You're very right. My mind was a mess before I learned self-concept from you. Right, guys. What's this? Gonna reach out in a week to a guy that said we lost our chemistry and shouldn't be together. Tips. My tip would be, what the fuck are you doing asking me what to do in the 3D when I'm a manifestation coach? You've manifested a situation where the guy doesn't think you've got any chemistry. Reaching out to them ain't going to change that. They're just going to tell you the same thing because you think that is true. What is reaching out going to do? I'm a manifestation coach. I don't teach you whether to ring them or not. I teach you what to think that's caused that situation and how to make it go away. Do you want them to choose you and have chemistry and call you? Listen to me. Or do you just want to go to some dating coach who's going to say whether to call or not call? I'm not going to tell you to call or not call. I'm going to tell you what to think or not think. I don't give 3D tips in here, guys. This isn't a tip helpline for 3D activity. This is a manifestation fucking channel. I'm teaching you what to fucking think. If you're asking, it's a no, don't do it. Well, yeah, the very fact that you're asking means there's a fear behind what you're about to do, therefore, best not to do it. Unless you decide before you do it that it's all going to work out, then go ahead. But I'm not telling you to do or not do, because I don't care what you do or not do. I care what you think about what you do or not do. So I'm not going to give advice on that. Understand? Hello, guys. You helped me more than my former therapist. No one held me that accountable. Oh, good, darling. So many therapists are fucking hopeless. When I used to do one-on-one coaching without the camera on, we have camera coaching, like live on my podcast now inside my squad. And if you go to my Subconscious Soul squad, you can put your name down for the podcast. We've just chosen 3 new people for the next podcast. It's free. I used to do one-to-one coaching privately back in the day. Don't anymore, don't ask me. Just come and be on the podcast. What's the point of this story? Oh, yeah. And the amount of American people who do coaching with me who had therapists. And I was like, no, this is your story. This is what happens with you. This is why this keeps happening. And they were like, I've been going to my therapist for years and they've never said that, Lars. Oh, my God, it just made sense to me. And I'm like, your therapist is a fucking idiot. Like, the therapist would tell them they've got abandonment issues. They didn't have any abandonment issues of any kind. Some of you have just picked absolute fucking idiots who don't know what they're talking about. And they certainly don't understand you create your reality with thinking, half of them. So I would not be going to them. The amount of therapists that hadn't worked out this person's problem and I worked it out in literally half an hour blew my mind. I am all that is. Nobody can tell me what to think. I tell him and everyone else what to think. Exactly, darling. I followed your work and got my dream house, a stable and passionate partner, and my health 100%. Ah, wonderful, darling. And a stable? What, a stable for a horse? Wonderful. And a passionate partner and your health 100%. Oh, wonderful. Oh, and guys, if you were in the squad today and I missed the squad live, I had to be somewhere. It was kind of an emergency. I'm very sorry. I'll do the squad live tomorrow instead, same time. Okay? I'm sorry I missed it. I was watching your old YouTube. Do you still follow Sammy and Kim? You mean Sammy Ingram? Sammy Ingram, who's so triggered she blocked me and 1,000 other people from a group years ago because I can't even remember the reason. Because she thinks there's snakes in her midst. That's Sammy Ingram. Kim Velez, who manifested the third party. Kim Velez. No. I had a one-to-one with Loz years ago. She didn't go easy with me, but it changed my life. Oh, who is this? I can't see your name. That's great. No. I don't watch anyone's crap. The only people, and I'm not saying they're crap, they're great coaches, all power to them, go watch them. The only people I would personally watch, who I think are just wonderful on YouTube, as a coach, who I think is very impactful and I would listen to, are Edward Pie Hands. What's his name? Edward Art. Is his name Edward Art? That's about the only person I'd listen to. He's amazing. He used to be called Edward Art Supplies back in the day. Anyone know who I'm talking about? Edward Art, yeah. His teachings on Neville are next level. His understanding of Neville's teachings are like... What about Sasha? Sasha who blocked me? No. I love Sash, but Sash blocked me. So, no. You can go watch it. Go ahead. I don't recommend coaches, guys. I'm just saying Edward Art is someone who I think is amazing. But you go watch whoever you think. Oh, Eric, Power of I Am. He's great. Are you still blocked, apparently? Oh, who cares? I trigger people, guys. It's my thing. I trigger friends. So, big whoop, big surprise. Nothing surprises me about that. It's my forte. It's the thing I do best. I couldn't care less. Eric is amazing. Yes, I love that Eric, Power of I Am guy. I mean, he's got his whole shtick thing with the glasses and the muscles and the thing. It's his thing. But his understanding of the Bible teachings is amazing. I haven't really seen much of him, but I've seen some biblical analysis, and I think that stuff's amazing. He must have a really good knowledge of the Bible to give the biblical analysis he does. I learned that I am God from you and Eric. Oh, good. I think we're very similar in what we teach. His understanding of the Bible is very deep. Like, I was always an atheist, so I think I can't just pull a biblical reference out my ass like he can. I loved your one-to-one coaching. It changed my thinking completely. Oh, wonderful, Rebecca. I remember you, darling. But we like you, Loz, even if you trigger people. Oh, thank you, Bella. How to manifest a job and getting interviews when hundreds are going for it and only 5 get an interview. Listen, darling, I went and auditioned for a drama school in which 6,000 people audition a year and they only take 26 people. I got in. Why are you thinking it's a problem? You think because hundreds of people are going for it, you won't get it. I didn't think because thousands of people audition every year that I won't get it. I kept saying, I am a NIDA student. I am a NIDA student. And so I was. You think you won't be because there's too much competition. Who is Eric? I think it's called The Power of I Am, is his channel on YouTube. Loz, can you explain how to make what? We write words for words as you do a text. How do I make people say things word for word? Like I do in my scripting or in my mind. I just imagine them saying it, guys. Like I imagine the sound of their voice, or I imagine, no, I don't go live with people. I imagine them texting it. I know that they have no free will, so they'll do it. Understand? If you don't understand they have no free will, come and join me in the squad, my subconscious law squad, for the remainder of the No Free Will course. But you can get the whole course while you're in there, but it ends at the end of June. And then we start this. Can you guess what this is? It's a challenge. It's going to be good. What if we say to ourselves, no, negative thoughts or beliefs will manifest only the good thoughts? Go ahead, if that works for you. Say that. Can't wait for the new challenge, yes. I'm in the squad, but problems with word for word. Look, guys, some of you want really specific shit to happen for you in your 3D, and you're just not satisfied with what is. Some of you want like exact words coming out of their mouth. Why? Like, sometimes you've got to ask yourself, why are you asking me for certain things? Like, what is it that's so important to you about getting it word for word? Like, I would ask yourself why you need that so badly. Right? Hi, Liz, could you give pointers on how to make legal readings / school easier to manage? I don't know what you mean by that, legal readings / school. I don't understand the question. Legal readings? You mean law school? Just imagine you're really good at it and you really understand it. Is that the question? Don't really understand it. I worked on my self-concept so much that now I can communicate my feelings when before I couldn't. Oh, wonderful, Jess. Yes, that's something I was fucking terrible at before I really understood this. It's been so long since I called life. Oh, like law school, yes. Okay, so imagine your knowledge of the law is exceptional. You understand it all. You're fluent in Latin. I used to date one of my very first boyfriends, is now a high court judge, and he's the youngest judge in Australian history. Oh, sorry, there was a guy in the 30s. He's the second person who was the youngest judge in Australia. He was like a judge in the George Pell case against the Cardinal George Pell, right? He was such an exceptional law student that they would let him hand his thesis in 6 months late. The law school. They called him he was the love child of the law school, they used to say. So imagine you're that smart. You're as smart as my ex-boyfriend. Who is a very sweet guy. I love Loz's dating stories. Oh, yes, he was a really good one. He's a sweetheart. What's this? It's been a year and I can't make my mind between I want to marry him or start in steps. How can I help you with this? This is a you decision. Manifesting back to my life not as a friend. We'll stop imagining you're just going to be friends. Imagine you're together. Don't even friend zone yourself in that way and think that you would just be friends with that person. They're madly in love with you. Imagine they can't live without you. Imagine they fantasize about you. Imagine they have sexual thoughts about you. They don't think of you in a friendly way. Who knew we have such power to do all this? Every time I think of SP, either I get a call or text. I've literally screamed at my phone once before and made someone call me. And they called. So funny. Yes, okay, good. Loz, my daughter got diagnosed with the C word, struggling to see her well because I'm so close. Okay, darling, listen. I want you to imagine her well. However that comes about, comes about. I don't want you to listen to any bad diagnoses or look at the circumstances that now are. Do you know how many things are coming out now with peptides or methylate blue or whatever, or worming medicines and shit that are getting rid of people's cancers? People are finding cures all over the shop. Now, people thinking I'm saying that as some kind of like means to an end, I'm manifesting the means. A lot of you don't understand. However manifestation will come about, however you can get your end, it could be that you find a new doctor. Or it could be that you find a peptide that works. Or it could be that you find a worming medicine that gets rid of the cancer. The means to your end, which is her being cancer-free, is however it comes about. So just imagine the end of her being cancer-free, and whatever means come about to help you with that will happen. You talk a lot about past dating. What about friends? Any stories you can share? What do you mean? About friends? You want to know about my friends? Most of my friends are in England or Sydney. Not where I currently live. Because I lived there way longer than I've lived here. Is your subconscious the negative thought that you believe about your story self? What do you mean? Yes, those thoughts will be sitting in your subconscious as concepts you hold. Yes, that we mean? About how you applied this and how they changed. Oh, friends, for example? Well, I haven't... Okay, I'll give you one good example. I have an ex who's a friend. And, I mean, I'm friends with most of my exes, but I wanted him to no longer be an alcoholic. And I used to just think, oh, now that he has children, those children are going to be the reason that he gets well. And he's going to be fit and healthy and sober. And I just saw him that way. I didn't know how it was going to come about. I just saw him fit and healthy and sober. Anyway, a couple of years ago, he wanted to take me out for my birthday, and he turned up on my doorstep, and he looked amazing. He looked like he should have looked when I first met him. But he was kind of like haggard and... Anyway, he was fit and healthy, and what he'd done was he decided to go on a health kick and would cycle every day on a bicycle, on an indoor bicycle, and he was like so fit. And was on medication to not drink. I couldn't believe it. I was like, he came to my front door and I was like, oh, what happened to you? He goes, what do you mean? I said, you look amazing. And he goes, oh, do I? And I was like, yeah. I said, shit, what the hell? Right? Now, I pictured him that way, but he went like, surpassed like the version of him I was even imagining. Right? Just picture them differently. I find it hard to listen to people's drama, problems now, etc. I'm like, change it in your mind, lol. Honestly, I am surrounded by people who have problems at the moment, and all I ever hear is the problems. And it's just like, and they're big problems, admittedly, and I get dragged into the problem, and I'm like, I don't want to hear about the problem. Let's look past the problem. Anyway. I don't care for my old friends. They are losers. Oh, look. I have manifested myself a lot of situations where friends have been triggered by me. What can you do? I also read people and know people so well that it actually, I must have a story, it actually bothers them. I've got to get rid of that story. What skincare/treatments do you do, Loz? Well, I am about to start using a peptide for skin and hair. Let's see if it works. I've actually never used a peptide until I just bought some the other day. So let's see. But I use Korean skincare, guys, and think that I look younger than I am. That's it. Korean skincare. Think I look younger than I am. That's it. What's this? I'll let you know how the peptide goes in... No, not peptides as in peptides. I mean peptides. I don't mean these kind of peptides. I do have those upstairs. I'm sure I've got some peptides somewhere. In the buffet, I have like the ordinary... They're peptides, aren't they? But I'm talking like the good shit. We'll see. I've got this little vial in my fridge of bright blue copper peptide. We'll see. Let's manifest it. Makes me glow, and my hair, like, my eyebrows are bushy. And I asked you for the words for words thing because I want that kind of power. Darling, you're not going to have that kind of power until you decide that you have that kind of power, you understand? You can't want for something when you actually right now have it. So you're thinking, Loz, tell me your ways. How do you have that power? You right now have that power. You're just using it wrong. You're misusing it. You're right now imagining they won't say things word for word. But what they are saying is what you're fearing. You're magically doing that right now. You are that powerful right now, darling. What aren't you understanding about? You are the power, and you're manifesting your situation right now, but you're manifesting a situation or words out of their mouth that you don't want. Come and join my No Free Will course. You're a bit confused. I've been taking the tan one, MT2. It makes you feel sick. Oh, no. Well, let's not imagine they make you feel sick. You don't want that. I just blocked them. I don't care enough to have them on socials. What are you talking about, Jess? Friends? When you get this, you don't block people, darling, but okay. Because I try and Manifest Everything, I'm in the squad for 4 years. So what aren't you getting? You've been in the squad for 4 years and you're not understanding You're the Power. And you haven't listened to a word I've said in the No Free Will course that's been going for almost 2 months. Have you got some kind of comprehension problem? Go back and watch all the videos in the No Free Will course, especially the first 3. And then get back to me about how you've not understood what I've said in those 3 videos. There is no try, darling. Not chosen, not a priority, not wanted, change. What's this? I accidentally manifested my co-worker to be obsessed with me that he's going to buy me a Birkin. Oh, Jess. Allow that kind of obsession, a Birkin obsession, Birkin level. I wouldn't mind if some loser had a Birkin level obsession with me. Please, sir, buy me as many Birkins as you like. A red one with gold hardware, thank you. Jess can give me one too, yes. What's this about visualizing? What was the question? What do you think about chasing and begging to people to stay with you? This is a real question. You want me to answer that? If you're begging or chasing people to stay with you, you have a story they're going to run away and they don't want you. That's why you're chasing, because you've got an assumption they'll run, and you're begging because you've got an assumption they don't want to be there. So they won't change no matter how much chasing or begging you do, because they are you pushed out and they are reflecting those shitty assumptions. Okay? What's this? Ever since watching your videos on YouTube, I've never looked back. Oh, wonderful. All right, guys, are you getting this? Go back and watch this laws lesson from the start if you don't understand the answer to the question about no separation. Have a guess what's coming up as our challenge in the squad in the month of July. And come and join us in the squad for the last part of the No Free Will course. If you join us now, you'll get the entire course for 1 month's membership. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Make sure to subscribe and follow me, and I'll see you soon. Bye.